Today I'm going to be talking about why you should consider hiring a business coach and how to find a good one. So today I'm talking about hiring a business coach, and I'm going to be giving a massive shout out to my business coach, Dan Martell, on this episode and talking about why I hired him as a coach, what that's looked like from an actual day-to-day coaching perspective, and some recommendations on how you can go about finding a good coach and what to look for. So first of all, I remember I'd heard about Dan, quite a bit. He's very well connected in the startup world. Saw him speak at a conference back in as far as 2014, and really enjoyed his talk. But so I've known of him and knew about him for quite a long time. But I remember that it was in 2017, we got to the stage in the company where I kind of felt like I had hit a plateau. And now the company had grown far beyond any company that I had ever started had. And I didn't really know what I should be doing as a CEO and co-founder with what was the best use of my time and how can I be a more effective leader. So that was why I reached out to Dan. He had been on my old podcast before as well. And I posed that question to him. And then he reached out and suggested that me and some people on my leadership team actually have a full day of coaching at his house. So we went to that. We had a great day with Dan, and he really shared a lot of great leadership tactics and principles and strategies with us about how to get more out of our team, how to level up, how to push down. And so we started rolling out, for example, Gino Wickman's EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System, that he outlines in the book Traction. So Dan got us onto that, which is essentially a really good cadence for how you run weekly meetings and quarterly planning sessions and how you articulate your core values. And we followed EOS, we started following it immediately, and it's already brought great results to the business. So then after that, we joined SaaS Academy, which is Dan's kind of like group coaching, where basically you get access to his videos and his webinars, and you can come to his events that he holds 3 times a year. So really enjoyed that, brought people on the leadership team to that. And then just this year, Dan asked me to get into his more one-on-one kind of exclusive coaching group called JFDI, which stands for Just Fucking Do It, in case you're wondering. And JFDI is a really good program. It's only about 10 entrepreneurs, and Dan's looking to coach founders of SaaS companies that are looking to grow. So that's what you find among his group. So it's really amazing to kind of have these other entrepreneurs. Some of them are bootstrapped and doing $5 to $10 million in ARR, haven't raised any money. It's a really impressive group of people. And so it's inspiring just to be able to kind of rub shoulders with them and get in on group coaching calls and also see them at events every 3 times a year. And the really cool thing that Dan does is that he does one-on-one coaching with me in terms of, and what he has me set up are what he calls 5 dials. So these are the amount of leads, the amount of cash flow, the amount of free days that you have, the amount of genius days, which is sort of like how you're spending your time. Are you actually doing the things you enjoy that add a lot of value to the business, and how much profits in the company? So those are kind of what he looks at as 5 dials. And he gets you to project or come up with a goal for where you want those 5 dials to be in the next quarter. And then you meet every quarter on a one-on-one basis. And so we review those metrics and kind of see, have I hit my goals as a founder? The other thing that he does is has 5 projects that he has, basically I commit to. These are the 5 projects that I want to do, that I'm going to dedicate my time to, that are going to help me hit those 5 dials. So that's just a little snapshot into a bit of that one-on-one coaching. The really valuable thing is the JFDI program when it comes to the events, because outside of the SaaS Academy, which again are kind of like more of a presentation to an audience, this is really kind of an intimate sit down in a boardroom setting with all the other JFDIers. And the really cool thing is that Dan sets up meetings with founders in, sometimes large billion-dollar SaaS businesses, and the JFDI group will get to sit down and meet with that, CEO and ask questions and, really just kind of dig into how they got to where they got. So that's an amazing program. So, I just want to give you a little bit of a snapshot into the coaching that I'm getting. I think it's extremely valuable for all entrepreneurs to get coaching as soon as they're able to. I had done another episode where I talked about mentorship, and that's usually where you would start when you're new and starting out. But as you progress and as you're able to afford it, you may want to hire a coach. And the coach is going to act a little bit differently because unlike a mentor who's just volunteering their time, a coach, you're paying them to help you level up. And so it's a little bit of a different relationship, but it's been super valuable for me. I think that, where we scaled this year from 20 employees to now almost over 60, and we're going to continue scaling the company, getting coaching and really figuring out those systems and processes for how to scale a business. They've been invaluable, and I don't think we'd be here without that. Might have crumbled under our own weight. So highly recommend you seek out coaching if you haven't already. Now, again, when we talked about how to find a good coach, I think it's really important to find a coach who is specific to your industry. There's a lot of life coaches out there. There's a lot of just general business coaches. I don't think that they would offer the same value unless they've actually walked in your shoes and have, to some level, done what you're trying to do. So that's where I think Dan is a really valuable business coach, because he's built SaaS businesses before. This isn't, he's done it 5 times, 2 failures, but 3 got acquired, and I think 2 or 3 were venture backed. So he just offers a lot of firsthand knowledge. Plus, with his connections and the people that he knows, he's also able to offer a lot of great content around building a SaaS business. So go out and look for somebody. If you're a realtor or you're a landscaper, whatever kind of business you're running, chances are there's a business coach out there who specializes in your unique industry, and go seek them out, because that's really one of the fastest ways to level up as a founder is to get coached. Hope you found that valuable. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave them in the comments, and bye for now.
This episode of Lifetime Value is brought to you by Proposify. Proposify improves sales productivity so your team spends less time creating proposals and more time selling. Start your free trial at proposify.com. And be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a single episode.